The Year-End Wizard assists you in the process of closing out your first open fiscal year, payroll tax year, or both. Before you start this wizard, there are a few tasks that you should perform. You should print out any unprinted items, such as invoices and payroll checks. You should also clear the Waiting on Bill checkbox that appears in the Purchases/Receive Inventory window for any outstanding vendor purchases. If you start the wizard before you have done this, it will not proceed. You may also want to purge inactive records before this, although it isn't required. And since this process may take a long time to run, it is recommended that you do it at the end of the business day. Also make sure that all other applications are closed before you begin. Just like the Purge wizard, in this wizard you read the screens and answer any questions to provide it with the information that it requests. When you have finished with the screen, you simply click the Next button to continue to the end of the wizard. You can click the Back button to go back to previous screens and change your answers if necessary. To start the Year-End Wizard, select Tasks, then System, then Year-End Wizard from the menu bar. The first window is the Welcome screen, which tells you the date range of your two open fiscal and payroll tax years. Click the Next button to continue. The next screen asks you which years do you want to close. Depending on the available options, you can close either the displayed fiscal year, the displayed payroll tax year, or both the fiscal and payroll tax years. You may not have all of the options available depending on the structure of your fiscal and payroll tax years. The wizard will prompt you as to what it thinks is the correct choice. Select the correct option and then click the Next button to continue. If you still have unprinted items waiting to be printed for the year which you are trying to close, Sage 50 displays the Unprinted Items window. You should print out any unprinted items, as you cannot do this once you have closed the fiscal year. The next screen is the Print Fiscal Year-End Reports screen. So that you have a proper audit trail for your company, Sage 50 strongly recommends that you print all fiscal year-end reports. You can't do that once this process is complete. However, if there are any reports that you don't want to print, you can deselect the box for the report from the table that appears within this window. When you click the Next button to continue, all selected reports will print to your default printer. So you should check toner and add paper if needed. If you are using Sage 50 Premium Accounting or higher, you will then see a screen that recommends that you run the Internal Accounting Review. If you want to run it, click the Internal Accounting Review button. Otherwise, click the Next button to continue. We will be discussing this feature later in this tutorial. The next screen will be the Backup Company Data screen. To make a backup, click the Backup button. The Backup Company window appears. If you want to be prompted to back up your files again in a specified number of days, you can click the Remind Me checkbox. You can select to include the company name if you want Sage 50 to use your company name in the name of the backup file that it creates. You can then click the Backup button to begin the backup. In the Save Backup As window, enter or select where to save your backup file. Sage 50 will create a name for the file using the date and the company name. If you want to change this, enter a new name into the file name text box. Then click the Save button to make the backup. You can then click the OK button to back up the data. Then click the Next button when you are ready to proceed. The next screen will be the Archive Company screen. In this screen, you can choose to create an archive copy of your company data. The archive is a separate copy of your company that exists in a read-only state. You can use this copy to view transactions and print reports, but note that you cannot edit or delete the transactions or add new transactions. The archive will be a copy of the company data as it exists prior to closing the year. If you would like to create an archive copy, you can check the Archive Company checkbox and then enter the archive name as you would like it to appear. Then click the Next button to continue. This will bring up the new Open Fiscal Years window. In this window, the wizard lets you review the accounting periods in your current open fiscal year and the next fiscal year. If you need to restructure your company's next fiscal year for tax purposes, you can change the date range of the accounting periods in that year. However, this is generally not necessary. If in doubt, you can check with your accountant before making the change. You can click the Current Fiscal Year option to see the ranges of the current open fiscal year. You cannot change these dates. To see the dates of the accounting periods for the next fiscal year, click the Next Fiscal Year option. This will display the accounting periods for the next fiscal year. To change the end dates of any of the displayed accounting periods, click the accounting period whose date you want to change. In the To column, you can type or select a new date. When you change the To field's value, the From date in the next accounting period changes as well. You can click the Next button to continue once you are finished. The next screen is the Confirm Year-End Close screen. This will confirm the years that you will be closing. If you think that any of this is incorrect, you can click the Back button to find the previous screen where you need to make corrections and change the incorrect options. If things look correct, just click the Next button to continue. This will bring up the Begin Close Year Process screen. Just click the Begin Close button to close out the years. Once this process starts, however, it is imperative that you do not disrupt it. Do not turn off your computer. This will take a while, so it is always best to do these processes at the end of the business day. When it is finished, the Congratulations window will appear, showing a summary of the information closed and new accounting period information. Click the Finish button to finish the process.